So today I'm going to be breaking a rule in this 30-day challenge because I am going to be reacting to a video, but I cannot do that without editing this final video. So there's going to be some edit in this video just because I cannot just film me watching a 30-minute, I think it's 30 minutes, 30-minute video and you're just going to just watch the side of my face. Okay, so that's just not gonna work. So the video I'm gonna watch is from an HBO series called Coming from America. If you are familiar with it, let me know in the comments. I don't know if I saw the trailer or if I heard about it through Expat Life Ghana and their YouTube channel. So either or, I don't remember which one came first. But I was very intrigued about it because it's about Black American families leaving the US and moving to different parts of Africa. Most of the families are moving to Ghana, but I think there's one or two moving in other parts. And that's just based on the first episode that I watched. So spoiler alert, there's gonna be some spoilers here. So if you haven't watched it yet, probably don't watch this video, okay? I'm gonna do my best not to reveal everything, but I'm gonna say some things and you might hear a few things as well. So also, because of copyright, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, obviously, but I'm gonna watch the whole episode. I've watched episode 1 with my husband already, and then we stopped because we were like, ugh. And I'm gonna tell you why. And so today I'm gonna watch a few parts of episode 1 just to remind myself, okay, what I watched and what made me cringe a little bit, and the parts that I actually enjoyed, because it's not just all bad stuff. There's some things that I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I'm gonna watch episode 2, and my goal is to actually have a series of a series. So a series of reactions of me watching each episode and doing a video reacting to the video as I watch it live. Again, I've already watched episode 1, I think, as soon as it came out, like the week it came out, that's when we watched it. So probably it's been a month or two. But I wanted to rewatch a few parts just so that this video is fresh, so that it's not that the video is fresh, but that my reaction is like I remind myself of what I watched. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna start watching it and I'm gonna pause a few times and kind of share some of the things that I enjoy about it and the things that I'm like, nah. So first of all, they're talking about Blaxit, the movement of a ton, like they say, tons, millions of African Americans moving outside of the US. Okay, so Blaxit, like the terms Blaxit, just like Brexit. I think you got it already. But it being a whole movement and now having a show about it. So that's one of the reasons why my husband and I were so excited about the show. Mostly me, I made him watch, but excuse me. But it's mostly me. I was very excited to see other families, other people, even if it's single people, doing that and having a big news outlet, I mean, a big channel like HBO talk about that. And I was like, man, this is so cool. So I had very high expectations, and episode 1 just, yeah. So because I thought it was going to be like more of a documentary, like really, I mean, I trust the Expat Life Ghana channel. Like I watch their channel often and everything, and they have a lot of knowledge. And so I was like, yeah, they're associated with this show, so it's gonna be other people kind of like them. Little did I know that there's also that reality TV side of it, because it's television after all, and they have to make money, and they have to bring the drama, they have to bring the stereotypes. And that's the part when I was like really disappointed, because there's one family specifically that made it look like the stereotype of the American who doesn't know what's going on outside of the US, and they don't do the research, and they just decide that they're going to move and the red carpet is going to be rolled up in front of them, and they're going to be like, I'm here. I'm here to do the thing, and everything's going to work out, and they're shocked when things are different, right? They're really not prepared for the move. And it was really, really cringe to see that. I don't know if it was really that way in real life, or it was just like a reality TV stunt, because I just stopped watching after episode 1, because I was like, man, if this is how the show is going to be like, I don't need to see that. Okay, so let me keep watching. I'm probably going to edit right now. So the first family being the Kelly family, and the husband and some of his kids are comedians. So whenever you see them, it's like, they have a comedic side, and that brings a lot of laughter and smiles into the show. So I like that.
I've been a stand-up comedian for 30 years. I love it so much, I turned it into a family business. Give it up for my sons, man. We did the first father and sons comedy tour in the history of stand-up comedy. All the way to Ghana. God bless y'all, please. This move to Ghana is going to be the next chapter to expand what I started in America.
So I like the idea that he's talking about how he wants to expand his comedy empire because it's a family business, and he wants to expand it into and bring it to Ghana. So that, I thought it was, why not? It's a good idea, right? And I'm always for the idea of, you don't go somewhere to start from scratch, but you have a backup plan. You have something that's already working, that is bringing money, and then you go to a new territory and you see how it works there, and how you can bring something, or maybe not bring something, but like already having something that is working before you go to a new destination. All right, and so there's also the second family is moving to Lusaka, Zambia, and I was really excited when I saw them because it's parents and then two young kids, so that's very relatable. So I was like, yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how they're moving their family from the US all the way to Zambia. And obviously, again, it's television, so you need to have a little bit of drama. And I don't know how they selected the families, or if there was like an open call for people who wanted to apply to be part of the show, anything like that. But it's television, and you need to have a little bit of drama and a little bit of interesting things to happen. And for the Smiley family, the thing is that it's a mixed couple, and so there's some in-law drama happening there too, that is added to just the complications of moving abroad. But now there's also this dynamic with the in-laws, like the husband's parents, that make things even more dramatic for the show, which, hey, why not? Let's add a little bit of spice to the show. There's also the part where the wife, like the Smiley family, the wife's mom, who is from Jamaica, she also had a tough time letting them go because she's very attached to her daughter. And so that was pretty sad and relatable to see as well, like when you are in the same country or even the same city as your parents, and now you decide to go and take their grandchildren away, miles and miles away, across the Atlantic, and how the grandmother was impacted and how sad she was. And so that was very, very relatable, because even in my own situation, how speaking about it with my parents, like my dad is like, oh yeah, go, and the world is open, and wherever you guys go, wherever you find opportunities, you have to go, right? And my mom is more like, oh, my grandbabies, right? So that was very relatable. Oh, that was so awkward. Like, again, the first family, the comedians, I'm just gonna call them the comedians, and like the whole arrival at the airport and when they were bowing, it was just like, oh my gosh.
I just got off the plane and I messed up already. Your chariot? Oh wait.
He said it. It's just, he's like, it messed up already. And the whole ride with in the bus, like from the airport going into the house where they were gonna stay, and some of the things that they were saying, it was like, man, did you guys watch any videos of Ghana, or to see how things were gonna be like? Obviously, you're not going to know exactly everything, but I think that for them to, maybe they didn't want to do as much research again, I'm assuming because I don't know them, they didn't want to do as much research because they were treating it as an adventure, like let's just go and see type thing. How bad can it be? And that's fine, you can do that. But the thing that kind of bothers me is when you realize that things are different than when you expected, and now you're all shocked. That's when I'm like, you didn't want to do the research, and now you're shocked. You should have done the research. Okay, so I'm gonna see some of the things that they're saying in the bus again. And in the bus, they are actually with team Expat Life Ghana. So the husband, I think, is Ayo. Yes, Ayo. And so when I saw him at the airport, really like welcoming them and everything, I was like, all right, this is gonna be great because he knows what he's doing. He's been in Ghana for years, and now they're in good hands and everything. But still, some of the things that family was saying, some of the family members were saying in the bus was like, come on, people, come on. That's pretty cool. One of the things that they've noticed, and this is the third family, it's a single mom, I believe, with some children. I don't remember how many, I didn't count. And moving from LA to Accra, Ghana, and she noticed, she was telling her kids, look at the ads, it's just all black people, like the Coca-Cola ads, black people, hair, everything is black people on the walls, on the billboards, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, the whole Wi-Fi incident. You step out of the airport, you don't have Wi-Fi. Same thing in the US. You wouldn't have Wi-Fi, right? It has to be in a building, attached to a building. You get out of the building, there's no Wi-Fi. So you shouldn't be shocked that you exit the airport and there's no more Wi-Fi. Okay? All right. Okay, this is an interaction I didn't really understand between, is it Tony or Ayo? It's Tony, sorry. My apologies. The husband of the Expat Life Ghana. So he has a travel tour, like company, and they welcome people from the diaspora coming and visit Ghana, right? So I'm assuming that he was their tour guide, right, to welcome them. So his company welcomed them and everything. But the fact, I mean, maybe it's television again, I don't know. The discussion that they were having on the bus is like, so what are you guys doing here? Like, you're looking to relocate? So maybe it's a way to tell us, the audience, or maybe they really hadn't spoken. I don't know. I think that it's maybe more for the audience because it's kind of awkward that you're welcoming people that are looking for your services, but but they haven't told you what they're here for. I don't know. I felt like it was a little odd as an interaction, but oh well. Let's keep watching. McDonald's is not here. A simple Google search can tell you where McDonald's franchise are around the world. Why would you want to leave New York City to get to Ghana and ask for McDonald's and be shocked that McDonald's is not there? All right, let's continue. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to stay calm, but it's like there are little things like that, little how do you say that? Little phrases, little things that make me wonder if people really do their research. And again, I'm not gonna get mad at the show because it's a show, right? And again, I saw it more as a documentary at first, and less of a reality show with drama and all of that. But it looks like they're either really pushing for that, or that's just how it is, and they really didn't do any kind of research. Let's see. Play. No Wendy's, no In-N-Out. Yes, there's a Pizza Hut.
I grew up in the Burger King. I'm having my own food shipped to Ghana.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume that this is just a joke because he said there's no Burger King and he's gonna have his own food shipped to Ghana. I'm just gonna take this as a joke. It's just a joke. He's a comedian. Okay. So relax, relax. I love it how the lady with the kids, they're getting into their neighborhood, and she's seeing all the beautiful houses, and she's really liking the neighborhood, and they get into their house, and her and the kids, they're like really happy about it. So that's really, really cool. I love it. Trying to open the door to get in the house. It's not opening. There you go. They're in.
All right. Yeah.
All right. This is big.
Damn, this is nice. Living room, huge. You know what's so funny? I did not expect to have such a big kitchen.
Mm-hmm. It looks a lot bigger than their New York house. That's for sure. It's very wide, very open. It's huge.
A kitchen with the gourmet stove. I can't wait to get the cooking in there.
I mean, I feel you, little man, with the internet. I mean, wherever you move, even if you move across the neighborhood, across the street, you're not gonna have the internet right away. You need to set up new account and all of that. So it's not a Ghana thing. It's a moving thing. Anywhere you move to, new house, you're gonna have to set up the internet and everything, and might not be there on your day of arrival. I like that part about the Smiley family in Zambia. Uh, three things. One is the what is it? Sorry, I lost my train of thoughts. The first thing, oh yes, so the walking of the dog, and people don't walk their dogs. Like, just let the dogs out, and in in the backyard of the house. You don't have to, or open the door, the gates of your house, and they'll come back at some point during the day. But walking the dog with the leash, that was something that they were like, well, nobody else is doing that, and everybody's looking at us like, what are you doing, walking the dog in the street? Second thing is the bugs, like so many flies, and yeah, that's true. And three is, which I think is an awesome thing at the end of the day, is not only that the fridge is small, but that she was saying that there's not enough room to put all the food that they want, so they have to go back to the store and buy more food. And technically, that's how it's supposed to be, because you need to have fresh food, and you don't have to keep everything in the freezer like we do here. Like, we buy a lot of frozen food that goes from the store, from the frozen section in the store to our frozen section in the house, and then we kind of slowly eat it up and eat it. But in a lot of other places, you just buy fresh, and it's just gonna last you for 2 days, and buy fresh again in 2 days. And just like buying a baguette every day when you're in Paris or in Spain or in Morocco or anything, you don't have to buy bread that will last you a week. It's fresh, and it's not gonna last for a long time. So you don't need to have a humongous fridge. You have a fridge that's a regular size, and that's enough to store the food you need for today and tomorrow. So that was pretty funny. I like that the mom with the 3 children, I like that she is also business minded, and that she wants to open a spa. And so she's going to visit a spa to see how things are, so you have to know how it's like on the ground, and then see how you can bring your own touch to, bring something different that is needed. Last but not least, the supermarket incident, and this is where it was the end of the end of the episode, and that's where we're like, okay, we're not watching this again. And it was the whole, where are the eggs? Where's the milk? Because I'm probably gonna say most countries, the eggs are not stored in the refrigerator because they are processed different way. In the US, I think that the eggs are washed, so the cover, like the shell of the egg, is washed, and so that natural barrier is eliminated. So that's why you need to store them in a fridge. Outside of the US, it's not done like that. I'm saying outside, but I'm in places I've been in, including Ghana, because they're like from the hen to the store. There's no like, sometimes there's poop on the eggs and things like that because there's no washing of the egg, and so the natural protection is still there. So you don't need to keep them in the fridge. And so they were whole panicking, having a whole thing because they were like, where are the eggs? I can't find the eggs. And they were, again, that's probably the dramatic side of the show. And the milk, where's the milk? No, the milk is not stored in fridge neither. It's stored, the brick of milk, they're on the shelves. They're not in the fridge. And so I thought that was overly dramatic. And hopefully the rest of the show is better than episode 1, or at least with the 3 families that we saw in episode 1. I really liked the family going to Zambia and the single mom as well. I thought they had some good storylines there. The comedian family, I thought it was just overly dramatic. And again, probably because of the show and for the views and everything, you can't just have quote unquote normal people in the show. You need to have a little bit of drama, a little bit of this, a little bit of exaggeration. So I think that adds into the show, so that from a producer's perspective, for views, unfortunately, that may be like that. And so at first I was like, you know what, I don't want to watch this show if it's just going to be about stereotypes and ridicule and unprepared people going to new countries and then expect people to bow in front of them and to make it all comfortable for them. So, but I've decided that I was going to continue watching the show. Other people have told me that they've watched more episodes and that it's actually an interesting show. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to keep watching it, and I'm going to share my reactions to each of these episodes. So stay tuned for episode number 2. Bye.